Use the code CHICKEN in the shop.
Hey guys, the chicken is here. We're back to another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we're finally making some progress. We got back up to, well, not back up. We got up to rank 18. We're going to show you exactly how we made these stupid tanks work. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you want to stay up to date on warships, we do videos each and every single day as the meta shifts, progresses, changes. Even when something doesn't really exciting happen, we still post a video on it just to, you know, show the season with you guys. So, big shout out to those of you that have been using the code chicken in the shop. I do appreciate you if you are going to grab instant training or anything like that for the season. I got to mention it because the code expires every 7 days. So thank you for those of you that do that. For anyone that becomes a channel member, you get entered into a giveaway once a month. We give away some sort of exclusive Supercell. I'll try to make it mostly Boom Beach, but sometimes it'll be Supercell stuff too. But it's very cool. This box here is unopened. This is the heavy figurine. So if you want to win stuff like this, you can, and if you want to support the channel as well, you can enter to be a channel member at 3 levels. The first level gets you 1 ticket. The second level gives you 2 tickets. The third level gives you 3 tickets. So anyone that subscribes across those, you have to go to the channel page and then go to the membership tab and then join from there. And you'll see all the perks, and we can talk about it more in Discord. But yeah, so that being said, let's get into what got us to rank 18. So we just did this just a couple hours ago. This was our boss fight. Of course, the previous boss fight was against a rank 19. But yeah, man, so this is where we ended up, this is what we ended up doing. Now, we got some decisions to make in terms of where we want to go next, but I want to give a big shout out to Derek. This was his base, his attack strategy for the most part. He's in chicken ships. He's been crushing it right here. So you can see this is actually his base and everything. So I want to give a big shout out to, he's already 5 years. I want to give a big shout out to Derek there. So yeah, there's the base. This is what did it, and obviously you can see we've added shock launchers. That's what allowed us to move forward. So overall, I think we're moving pretty well. I really like the tech path that we're on now, especially as we move forward. We'll show you that in 1 second. And I feel like being able to maintain gold, I almost fell out of gold earlier this morning. I actually was in iron for a bit, but I was able to collect and get back to 16 to collect at least, so there wasn't any punishment from it. So that's the key. That's the key. I mean, if we can keep on the right tech path and then just move forward from there, I think that's going to it's going to pay dividends. So let's take a look at what we got going on. Now, I know some people want me to upgrade the explosive drones. I just don't think that's necessary as of right now. It might be in a little bit, but for right now, we're moving forward. So you can see nothing changed really back here. Still the same stuff. Tick 3 flare is fine. Rank 2 crystal critters is fine. We're not using heavies yet, so I have not upgraded them. I might pour some GB, some tokens in GB, but let's get ahead here first. So here's the next thing. So we have, so today we went tanks and shock launchers, and we were talking about going tanks yesterday, and it did work out today because the bases were starting to get so dirty that just the, don't say proto-clones, just the clone riflemen, I got it, were not able to cut it. They're no longer able to get the job done by themselves. So tanks are a good pickup because they use the clone riflemen with them. We'll break down the attack strategy in a second. But yeah, so we could go this way. Let's talk about what we want to do next. We could go this way with a prototype, and they're all good. Shock Blaster with the shock launchers is great. Hot Pot is great. Boom Surprise, not so much. Some guys went Zookas and rocket launchers. Nothing wrong with that either. You know, that can be very good. Rocket choppers, they're okay. I've only faced them a couple times, and I didn't lose them once. But I also haven't faced a lot of high-level rocket chopper guys, so I'm sure that's, you know, going to be a different story. But I think what we want to do going forward is I think we want to just beef up. I think just keep sticking with the defense. I think get to this next building health here really is going to be ideal, and that might be our diamond push. Assuming, you know, since we have tanks, like, we're still going to clear people, right? So if we can get to a point where we can fizzle them, and, you know, if the defense does end up being stronger than the offense, we'll take a look at the global leaderboard now. So if we look at some of these guys, okay, so this is usually a decent way to predict the meta. What does he have? He's got 5 ERs with damage amp, prototype. So he's all defense. He's all defense. He's got DBD almost maxed, building health maxed. Now, I rank 24. That's so funny because he could actually park and be in the top 500. How ridiculous is that? 4 days into the season. Now, if we take a look at Cactus, let's see what he's got. So he's running, again, 5 ER, but he's got more defenses. He's got rocket launchers. That means he also has Zukas, but you see he's giving up the building health. So let's keep scrolling down here because this is actually pretty interesting. So Captain Raider, same exact position as Cactus. He's 4 ER with all the good stuff and with building health and DBD. So that's interesting as well. I wonder what he's doing. With 100 troop damage, that doesn't really make sense to me. Let's scroll down a little bit here, and let's take a look at this Chinese guy. So he's 4 ER as well. Rocket launchers, shock launchers. So 4 ER dirty is good. 5 ER early is also good. You just got to pick what's going to be right for you. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sit basically for right now. I think what I'm going to do, honestly, is save for 5. Yes, the shock blaster will help us, but I don't think it'll slow down. Like, if we look at the 5 engine, just the layout, let's scroll back up here to Stoneheart. If we look at just the layout of 5 ERs, it's huge. It's so much bigger. And what are people using? Clone rifles, Zukas, tanks, grenadiers. That's the only troops we have available to us, right? So I actually want to check. I don't know where I am in the top 500. I assume I'm on here somewhere. Probably not very high anymore. Yeah, we fell down quite a bit today, but still hanging in there. So I think we want to go to 5. What I might do for right now, since we're saving for 5, is max out the shock launchers. It's either that or GBE, and I don't think the GBE is going to be as worth it, so we're going to max out the shocks. That'll at least give us something. They'll be a little bit beefier, a little bit stronger. Now let's show you guys the attack strategy. So the attack was tough. This was not an easy push by any means. This was very grindy, very back and forth, lots of heartbreaking boss fights, and only to get to 18, which made it even that much more frustrating. But the idea is you want to split them unless the base is super dirty. Then you want to drop them all kind of together. So we'll do a live hit here, and then we'll go over some of the replays. But yeah, so most of the guys are going to out-tech us as well because we haven't spent our keys. So they're going to have the shock blaster. They're going to have, shock launchers. Typically, they had rocket launchers and everything as well. But here's how we want to do this. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to split drop this time because the base is kind of wide open. So what that allows us to do is ideally, these are kind of 50-50 attacks. It's not a copy-paste, easy wins strategy or meta, unfortunately. But what that allows you to do is to take down both sides at the same time. I saw a shock mine there. I missed it. So we can basically get up. We can pretty much get up to that flamethrower. Once the sniper tower goes down, we can drop over here. And we should be all right from there. We can go 1, 2, 3. Now I find it's worth dropping the rifleman off first because they will be too slow. Like they're not that much faster than the tanks. I mean, they are faster. We could delay them a little bit, but they do tend to allow the tanks to get ahead of them and get kind of sniped. So we want to avoid that if it's possible. So then from here we just got to decide which side is going to need more help. For right now, it kind of looks like this side. So we can go like this. We can use the explosive drones there to distract the boom cannon, or potentially do a little bit of damage to it as well. We still got proto clones over there. Oh, god darn it, I said it again. We still got clones over there, so they're okay for the time being. This is where it gets tricky. This is the kind of mess you get into when you start splitting the attacks, especially going against shock launchers, because they can absolutely ruin your day. Let's go. We gotta get the shock blaster off of us. That left side went down. So this is where having leveled up explosive drones would be nice. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Okay, you guys gotta do something for me here. We're gonna totally fizzle out on this one, aren't we? Oh my god. Well, that's okay. It is what it is. At least we got to 18. I got nothing I can do here. The tank attacks, this attack meta, this attack strategy is honestly so unbelievably frustrating because they're so slow and it doesn't take much to, like, if we can take down that tank. Oh, come on, kill him, please. Good God. Alright, so luckily he retreated. Oh, it's night. Oh, he beat us by 1%, dude. Oh my God. Shout out to Knight. I didn't know you could get those emojis. That was the closest attack ever. See, that's why I hate using tanks, because it's a lot of hits like that. Let's show you a quick one before I wrap this one up. That was also a bad hit. How to actually do what I was talking about. So this one was easier. I mean, we just went 1-3 on both sides, and a little bit of support from the golden critters was all we needed. But yeah. That match against Knight, that's what a typical boss fight is like. That's usually how those go. And that's what the attacks have been like mostly today, just heartbreakers. So you see here, usually what happens is you get a better spread, and you can figure it out from there. So this one I had to go with explosive drones on the left, and then that was able to get us a fairly decent time. So I hope that helps you guys out. It is not easy, if I made that clear enough already. I can see that Knight there he is on the phone. But appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. And let me know how you're making out down below in the comments. Catch you next one, guys. Chicken out.